Yo, what's up guys? My name's Jordan. I'm a content creator from the UK, and today I'm going to be breaking down how I made this character composition in partnership with Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock has a huge collection of assets that can help inspire creative projects, and with the unlimited plan, you can get access to over 50 million high quality videos. First though, why use stock assets? I think it really depends on your needs and circumstances. Now for me, I shoot 90% of my content on my own, which means that I typically can't just go anywhere and everywhere whenever I want. So stock assets allow me to bring elements into my composition or into my work that otherwise I wouldn't have access to. So we'll break this down into 3 steps. First, we'll quickly look at the composition, then we'll look at assets and assembly, and then finally we'll go into editing and motion graphics. We'll keep this one really quick. I wanted it to feel like there was this kind of character selection screen, and I really like sort of editorial stuff. My background's in design, so I try to bring in those editorial elements whenever I can. And for this, I use the additional assets and the stock assets to kind of help build that world that I was representing for that character, and then added in things like the text and thought about the text placement from an editorial point of view. Now for assets and assembly, I shot 3 main clips. I did 1 clip for each scene, and at the beginning and the end of the scenes, I did this kind of big jolting movement to really help with the selling of the transition. I find doing stuff in camera where you can will really help when you're in post and you're doing those kind of match cuts and stuff. So I will typically try to make sure I exaggerate a movement or exaggerate like some sort of motion to really help sell whatever it is I'm going to be doing in post. In addition to that, I shot 2 clips that were going to kind of be detail clips that would assist the main kind of image that we have in the center of the frame. Then in Adobe Premiere, I just lined up the clips so that the cuts were bang on when the movement was kind of like at its max, and then I would jump into the next clip. So I added in my additional clips that I had already shot, placed them into the composition. Then it was time to look at the additional stock assets. So for this, I headed up to the window tab and I hit Adobe Stock. And what's great about this is that the interface is fully integrated into Premiere, so you can stay fully within the software and still have access directly to the large library of assets. We'll grab our clips and add them to our composition. And to do that, it's as simple as dragging and dropping from the folder Adobe Stock automatically creates when you hit download. For each scene, I wanted it to feel like it matched the essence of what the scene was, but it also still kind of worked with the color theme for each of those compositions. So for the creative, I had this kind of like brown gold, including like the sort of outfit, and I wanted to make sure that it was stuff that tied into that. So for this one, I thought about tea leaves and the fact that when I like to come up with ideas, I like to sit down, have a hot drink, and really just take time to think about what it is I want to create. I then had the same approach for the other scenes. So for the geek scene, for example, I had all the other sort of like geeky things that I love: cars, anime, gaming, and then I applied the same approach to the strategist and focused on what strategy means to me. So once I had all the clips assembled, I did some very basic tweaks in terms of scaling and positioning and a bit of cropping, but then it was time to head into Adobe After Effects. And here's a quick tip: when you're moving from Premiere to After Effects, you can select everything on your timeline in Premiere, hit copy, go across to After Effects, and in a new composition, hit paste, and it will bring in all of the clips for you. So the first thing I did was I created a null object. I then copy and pasted those keyframes across the timeline, so I had the exact same consistent movement across all 3 transitions, and that it would loop out as well. To bring some color into the background, I used a shape layer. You could use a solid layer here. The reason I use a shape layer is I find it's easier to keyframe a shape layer when it comes to color. After that, I created another shape layer to round off the edges of the frame in the center of the composition. With the pop-up shots that I filmed for each scene, I like the idea that they would kind of like move outside of the boxed kind of frame. So to do that, I duplicated the layer, wrote to sculpt out my hand and the cup, and then on the original layer, I just simply brought down the mask so you reveal some more of the cup above the frame. I then just applied that same approach to all of the pop-out boxes. I then went in, did some similar tweaks to the other assets, including rounding of the edges, adding a little bit of subtle movement. And then after that, it's just rinse and repeat. I went through the various different compositions and just did some minor tweaks, played with how much movement there was on the kind of like up and down motion. And then I used a bit of motion blur in the form of forced motion blur on an adjustment layer above the whole composition, and we're good to go. I hope this breakdown gave you a little bit of insight into my workflow and how I use assets from Adobe Stock. I'll catch you guys in a bit.